Hello, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we will be building some sort of anti-missile missile, basically designed to take down incoming enemy ICBMs. So let's start with a nose cone, and basically I'm thinking if we mount a load of what are they called, decouplers on the nose cone, get them to shoot bits out, then we can create a crowd of, like a big cloud of debris that the enemy ICBM has to fly through and hit, and that should destroy it en route. So this will need a lot of sort of station keeping stuff, so put a MechJeb unit on because I've now installed MechJeb 4. A little bit of a fuel tank, probably won't need too much fuel. And plenty of RCS. Just trying to find a decoupler here that works. I don't know which one I got this engine with, I think it must have been B9. It's a recent addition, so I'm going to try and see if I can find one that works. In the end I just settle for that, and we'll just go with a nice fairing from KW. Yeah, the fairings come from the KW rocketry pack, a couple of you have been asking. It might have been nuked on the forum by the recent crash, but I'll try, and if anyone can't find it, just like point out in the comments, and if enough people can't find it, then I might see if I can find it and host it somewhere or whatever. Alright. I've turned on part clipping so I can get enough here, but I'm not going to overdo it because, you know, mainly for aesthetic purposes and for the fact that I'm trying to get them in a bit of a weird combination here. So I'm trying to angle them all slightly different so they'll fly out at different rates. Some sort of solar porcupine. Oh, not solar. What would it be? Orbital porcupine. Right, these shields can be a bit annoying to place because you basically have to have them at exactly the right height, and then it allows you to place them. And then you can place the side bit. There we go, finally got it. Now, oh, balls, I want to change something there. Need to move that up. Alright, okay, move that up, and now move that. And now try and get the fairing on again. Now, if we put this into a nice orbit around, probably right just around the equator, it should be fine because we're not too worried about the higher latitudes because any incoming ICBMs will be coming from Styx Corporation, and we should be able to intercept them. And if they do come over the poles and so on, hopefully we'll be able to intercept them, but I doubt it. We'll just stick with a pretty simple orbit. I'll probably do it off camera because you don't want to see yet another pretty straightforward launch. There we go. I'm just thinking about how much fuel we need. Now, if we install this, yeah, the thrust to weight's pretty good. 1.3 is always a good thrust to weight to start with. Obviously, you don't want to go too fast out of the atmosphere because you'll be going past terminal velocity, and that'll just waste fuel efficiency. MechJeb actually, MechJeb 2 allows you to stop that. Basically, it allows it to limit to terminal velocity, which is good. It's really annoying plating this because this is a 3.75 meter, and I've only designed these logos for 2.5s and 1.5s, I think. Whatever the two standard stages are. Alright, save that. And now, let's start a new one. This time, we're going to need some detection equipment in orbit to be able to sense where these incoming ICBMs are coming from. So, we're going to build a satellite launcher and a satellite to go up there and look for many ICBMs. Now, unlike a normal spy satellite, these don't look down at the ground as such. What they're looking for is for infrared signatures sort of coming up through the atmosphere and then into space. So these don't necessarily need to be in a really low orbit. And your normal spy satellite is really, really low orbit, so it can get a nice zoom, get really good resolution. Obviously, the further away you are, the less close you'll be able to get with the zoom in the picture. But a ICBM detecting infrared satellite, now typically, they used to, at least, be in quite distant, highly elliptical orbits so that they could spot enemy ICBMs coming out and compare them against the blackness of space, getting a sort of a big angle on it. So instead of looking down at the ground and the atmosphere, you can look at it against space, and obviously the ICBM is a lot hotter than space and it shows up brightly. These days they allow sort of new technology and so on allows them to just do it from geosynchronous orbit, but you used to do it from a very sharp angle, let's put it that way. For this, I don't think I'm going to bother with trying to get it into a a bigger role, but I think just chuck maybe 6 of them into rough orbits around Kerbal should be fine for now. I mean, we don't think that, or at least our intelligence tells us that the Styx Corporation haven't actually managed to get a working ICBM yet. We think they're a little bit further behind us in that race. Although, to be fair, ours only just made it to their land, but fair's fair. We don't think they've got the capability, so we don't need to worry too much. It just might be nice to have the benefit of security. Now, I could have just copied and pasted it there, but I decided to use a sub-assembly loader just because I haven't used it really much, and I decided, hell, might as well use a sub-assembly loader. Now, that is a brilliant mod. You don't have to keep building the same lifting mechanisms. You can just make one lifting mechanism and then chuck any payload on top using that. It's brilliant. I think Scott Manley might have a video on it. I definitely recommend checking it out or whatever. Or just get the mod, because it is definitely a mod you need. Things like MechJeb, I say only use MechJeb after you know how to fly, because it definitely helps know how to fly, to know how to use these things. And also when they get them wrong, you have to be able to compensate. I don't say get MechJeb off the bat, just learn to fly, then add MechJeb. And then, yeah, MechJeb's amazing, because it can just be tedious doing every launch yourself over and over and over again. It's just nice to be able to go and get a cup of tea. Anyway, just playing around with the engines here, just get enough thrust. I mean, admittedly, this probably is going to be in space with that, so it doesn't need to be able to get the right amount of thrust. It just needs to have some. And for this, I'm just wondering how much we need. We might need some more fuel, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's better. And now, because solid fuel rockets are fun, let's try a couple of these, because these are cool and asymmetrical. Actually looking at them, they're not very powerful, are they? That's better. It's a lot better. Let's put a nose cone on them. There we go. I just like the blue ones because it's got a nice contrast of the blue and the white. There we go. Let's put some logos on. And some wings. And I'm a bit afraid with this being quite long and top heavy that when MechJeb tries to fly it up into the orbit I want, that it's just going to completely tip over and start flailing around like some sort of crazy person. We could fly it manually, but really, I'm feeling lazy today. Right, I've just noticed that since we only have one of the keything sensors on the side, we'll put them 2 on so they're symmetrical, so the center of thrust is definitely on the center of mass. And let's go. Obviously, all the bits and bobs, there's no infrared sensor as such, so all the bits and bobs I could find that look like sensor packages I chucked on. We don't really need to find keythane on Kerbal, but it looks like a good sensor package. So, and here we go, making MechJeb 2 do all the work here. I edited the orbit so it should be a little bit less fuel efficient, but it shouldn't tip over crazy and then start flipping out. Now the question is, we have to get some inclination on these orbits so they don't just fly around the equator over and over again. I don't know how much delta V I've given the probes, so it'll be interesting to see how much inclination we give them, because obviously getting a lot of inclination is very fuel expensive. Here we go. Getting towards our target now. I do like how MechJeb now fuses with the maneuver node system. That's quite nice. It gives you a lot more insight into what it's doing. And also the boxes are pretty now. Although I got very confused at one point with the new smarter SAS having all the things in it. I'm not used to having some of those weird things like surf and so on. I thought they were separate. Anyway, let's play around here. Yeah, we're not going to get much inclination. We've only got, what, 1,000? 1,001? Just more than 1,100. So I think we're going to have to go with 30 degree. Give us a tiny bit of fuel left, but not much. It doesn't really matter though, because both the Elysium Empire and Styx Dominion holdings are roughly equilateral. I mean, equilateral? I mean, on the equator. I mean, the Styx are somewhat in the south, but not a lot. And you can cover a lot of a planet by doing 30 degrees. I mean, a 60-degree inclination on Earth would mean you'd be covering all but Antarctica and the very top of Russia and Canada and Alaska. The very top, so you should be fine. Although, obviously on Earth, the shortest way for an ICBM to get from Russia to America is obviously straight over the pole. So that's a bit more of an issue on Earth. Right, send our second one out. And go. I think I've made an error here, actually. I was meant to spread these out. And I've got both of them right next to each other. Oops. Balls. Well, that's a waste of a probe. Bugger. Right, maybe the third one should put it in a really highly elliptical orbit. Like, if we can use the base, the lifter, instead of just leaving the lifter in orbit, I probably should have made a way to deorbit it. Yeah. We can use the lifting stage to give us an extra delta V. Here we go. Yeah, getting a good amount of thrust here. Oh, there goes the satellite over there on the left. Yeah, plenty of delta V. Just fired out a decoupler back. Wait, why have we got an intersect with the Earth now? Why has our periapsis changed? I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Why is our we're out of fuel and our periapsis is like 20k. Well, got a tiny bit left, but we're never going to be able to... Yeah, just change that. There we go. There we go. Call it as it is. It's doomed. I wonder if it'll hit the ice cap. I don't know. It just looked pretty re-entering though. Do a somersault. And boom. Yeah, we didn't need that. Because, you know, we were hoping to get maybe 6 in orbit. Because I think you need 6 in orbits that are equally spaced to be able to get full continual coverage. But now we've got 2 in the same orbit, 1 that's hit the ground, and only 3 left, because I don't want to have to do another launch after this. So yeah, we're going to have patchy coverage of the planet, but hopefully it should be enough to convince our citizens that they're taken care of by our lovely empire, and that they don't need to worry about the Styx aggressors. Yeah, I do wonder, like, the fins do flip around a lot on MechCheb, whereas using the laser mod, the fins sort of, they stay stationary quite a lot, and they don't flip around that much, but they still compensate. I wonder what that's about. Oh well, let's get ourselves up. Power away. I do love the fairings, they do look pretty badass when they come off. Oh, and I've just gone past 1,100 subscribers. It's ridiculous. Anyone who keeps asking, like, oh, how do you get so popular? Did you pay YouTube money? No, I haven't paid YouTube money. I paid YouTube no money. That would kind of be against, kind of not the point, would it? Like, I just, I don't know. Never really occurred to me to pay the money. I haven't, and I'm not gonna. I'm looking into getting a partnership, so then I can, you know, you have to put up with a couple of ads, I think, but then I can have some monies, and then I can actually, you know, do some more videos, and then pay for some new equipment, etc. I've actually just ordered a new microphone and a pop filter, so you don't have to put up with the poor quality mic I have at the moment. Hopefully I want to get a couple of other things, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed, obviously, and if you're enjoying my videos and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you have been watching my videos please hit like as many times as you can, because YouTube likes it. I like it. It looks awesome. It makes me know what you like. I'll keep doing the stuff that gets the most likes, really. And yeah, any feedback or whatever, put it in the comment section as always. I do actually read it, and you can probably tell by the amount of times I reply. If I don't reply to you, I may have missed it, or whatever, or I may have assumed someone else will get it, or it may just be really obvious in the video and you just might have missed it, in which case, watch the video or whatever. Or it's in the description. I try to reply to as many ones as I can. Alright, let's try and get this. No. That's the same orbit. Now, if we go down, then we change our orbit while we're down there, we should be fine. I'm trying to get one that's completely like at 90 degrees to that middle one, so that we've got one that actually does go in a completely different way, rather than just having a weird banding system we currently have. Because at the moment, if they rotate a certain amount of time, then we're probably going to end up with a gap over the Styx. That's quite considerable. There we go. Get back to normal, and then we'll go around and we'll change that. Now, these are meant to be medium Kerbal orbits for the altitude, but they're not really, I'll be honest. They're still relatively low at 110k. Are they 120? I can't remember. But yeah, they should be a bit higher, so they can get a better angle and see across and lower down. And you can actually put them in almost geostationary. Basically, they're highly elliptical and allows you to be geostationary over one place when you're really high up. What's this we've just detected? Oh god. There is an ICBM incoming. A Styx ICBM. I didn't think they had the technology. All our spies said they didn't have technology. Oh crap. Well, luckily, we've got our trusty anti-icbm missile. So set that as the target, and we're going to have to do some very quick thinking here. I don't think we've got much time until we impact. Right, we're going to need to burn normal. Hopefully we can intercept. I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to stop it if we intercept it, but getting the intercept, especially at this notice, is terrible. I mean, imagine when you're trying to just rendezvous with a spacecraft in Kerbal, and you do it in maybe 2 orbits. You get really close, and then you get closer. Here I have to rendezvous with it in 1/4 of an orbit. This is going to be tight. Anyway, yeah, the geostationary orbits, but you can have them highly elliptical, so that they always pass really, really slowly on the outside over the target area, and then they come in really close on the area that you don't care about. Russia had this on their Molniya orbits for spy satellites over America, that they'd go really, really, really close and quick and low over, I think it was the lower Pacific, or just below Australia, and just below South America in the Atlantic, and then they'd go really, really like elliptical far out as they passed over, I think it was Russia and the US. And this allowed them to have a lot of hang time over those areas, and then quickly go through the areas that they didn't care about. And these also infrared, looking for ICBM launches as well. And because they slowly come out and then back down again, they had a very good time there and a very large angle to see. It's hard to explain without a diagram. And I'm also really worried about this incoming missile. I'm just trying to get it now. Oh, God, it's going to be tight. Oh, I'm getting tense here. This is bloody tense. There's a lot of pressure on. We can't let an ICBM strike Elysian Empire. We don't even know what's carrying it. Could be a conventional warhead. But it could be nuclear. Although at the moment the ICBM does look like it's going out to sea over the west coast, which, you know, should be fine. We haven't got anything out there other than, you know, a couple of Kethane rigs. But the casualties should be pretty low. Unless the ICBM is planning to do a last minute burn and, I don't know, parachute down or something. It needs to do a big burn to be able to stop that. Right, I think I finally closed the orbits in a little bit. Getting pretty close. That ICBM's coming in fast. Burn some more normal. Ooh, nearly. Right, saved. Just in case anything bad happens. No, I didn't need to put 3 MacJeb units on here. Sorry, 4 MacJeb units on here. But I just did because I like the symmetry. Right, we need to think fast here. Quick RCS. Down and sideways. Down and sideways. Come on. Yes. Ooh. 1 to 1K. Yes! What? But I swear, like, that got down to, like, millimeters of distance. We should have hit that. Let's see what the damage is. There's no damage. What the hell? Hey, that's buggy. Let's retry that. That's a bug. Forget that one. Right. Set the target. Right. Come on. Come on. That's close. That's really close. Come on. Under 100 meters. Yes. Right, cloud of debris. There we go. That went straight through. Don't tell me we didn't hit it. Come on. It went straight through the cloud. And no, it's still intact. Oh, come on. I'll give it another go. That's just unfair. That's a glitch. If it wasn't a glitch, I'd be fine, but I did everything perfectly. Like, my flight was really, really good there. I was like my top Kerbal flying. Obviously, Kerbal Space Program is still in... They call it alpha. It's more like a beta. I don't know. So, you know, there's tons of glitches in it, but I don't see why that should have happened. Like, the physics were loaded on it. It was within the distance, and I wasn't time warping, which I know has problems on passing through things. Right, come on, we're really close now. That pretty much hit the camera. You're kidding me. It survived. I think I did 2 restarts, and even though it's a glitch, I think I have to let that slide. Well, it's burning. I don't think it's going to be able to actually land itself. We should hopefully get away with our miss. I think it's still going to hit water. Where is it? Oh, it's getting close. There are some port towns over there. Oh god, it might actually hit. It's a relatively evil-looking ICBM. The Styx Corporation have been working overtime on this one. I'm not a happy bunny. I mean, the west coast is less populated than the east coast, but maybe it's just a warning shot, maybe it's a dud. Let's hope it is, at least. Uh-oh. It's getting worrying. I'm sweating here to find out what the payload is. It looks like they're going to overshoot again. Ah, that makes me happy. They should just splash down the ocean then. I mean, if it is a nuke, then hopefully it'll be offshore far enough. There'll be some ecological damage, maybe a very small tidal wave, but you know, I think we've got off lucky here. Oh, it's not pointed downwards. I've had that problem before designing ICBMs, but the one we did, the button our Kerbal Space Program came with earlier was fine. In what was it, episode 3? Yeah, we made an ICBM that actually pointed forwards. Obviously, the Styx Corporation are much further behind us in technology then. And they can't even get the targeting right. Those fools. Well, you know, I think we've got off lucky. I think we're going to be fine. What just happened? Oh god, no! It was a nuclear weapon that they detonated. But they detonated it high up. It's caused an EMP strike. And we've just received another warning from our satellites. What is this? Another enemy satellite. Oh god. What is this? Oh no.